What's up? Welcome to the Adams Arms on a Thursday night for a late night look-in and a week where North London has seen some very good football indeed. And of course, Spurs played. It's been sunny and beautiful ever since Arsenal dispatched Real Madrid 3-0. But I'm afraid it must be cold there in our shadow. Tottenham. What can you say? It is the team that never stops giving. Great that you're here tonight with us so that we can discuss all things European football. For me, I think the thing that's been interesting to me, or most interesting to me, is I kept my powder dry. I didn't really get involved in all of the discussion about how Real Madrid were going to absolutely batter us. A lot of it coming from our own fans, which I think is just absolutely ridiculous. But it's becoming more and more obvious to me that YouTube is this kind of toxic cesspit of people overrating their own opinions. Honestly, I didn't think we had much of a chance of beating Real Madrid. I certainly didn't predict 3-0, and I doubt anybody did. But all these people going and going, you got zero chance, it's never going to happen. Lee Gunner going on about praying for Real Madrid in a sort of sarcastic, as far as he's able to, ironic way. And I kind of wondered, and I suppose you probably have as well, I wondered, would we see an outpouring of apologies? Would we see a lot of people coming out and saying, oh, I got that one wrong? No, we didn't. We haven't seen anything like that. I posted a little comment on Lee Gunner's page, just going, did anyone expect him to do an apology? Because after the 3-0 with the whole smoking the Real Madrid, this whole thing is just frustrating because you can go in and they go in on our team so much and tell us that we're useless, we don't have a chance, we've got zero chance. Look, for all I know, we're still not going to win the Champions League. But you'd think people would be ready to eat a little humble pie. Instead, I had loads of people commenting under my comment, why should he apologise? We still haven't won the Champions League yet. And I pointed out, well, it's because he'd actually said we were going to get hammered in the home leg, and we didn't. We won 3-0. So maybe, is it too much to expect people these days just to go, I was wrong? That's all I'm saying. I would love to see one or two of these channels where people gloomily go on about this manager or complain, bitch, and whine endlessly. I'd love to see just one or two of them come out and go, God, you know what? I really thought I knew what the fuck I was talking about. Turns out I have no idea what's going to happen. Future events are as a mystery to me as they are anyone else. Anyway, Zanzi's here, thank God. Evening, landlord. I'll have a pint of still buzzing and a packet of salty spuds. Can't win, please. North London was graced by the current Champions League holders on Tuesday. And of course, Champions League, well, that's not fair, actually. European Cup finalists, Eintracht Frankfurt. You do have to go back to 1960. But Eintracht Frankfurt, I loved it. I watched the game, obviously, missed the first 8 minutes. So I missed Hugo Ekitike's stunning goal. Stunning indeed. He is a player that we were talking about last week. Malia, fantastic. Boss man Dan, a man like Zanzi. In it, fam. Fam-a-lam-a-lam. Bloody good to see you. It takes a big person to admit when you're wrong. It certainly does. It's better just to say nothing. Kermit's middle finger. Ribbit. Bloody ribbit. Indeed. Great to see you here. Thank you for joining. So, look. I was watching the Spurs game. I feel like every day takes us closer to the inevitable end for Big Edge Poshkov. It's just who we are, mate. It's who we are. The post-match, I've been watching, interested to see Glenn Hoddle talking up the Spurs performance, how well they played. They did, to be fair, dominate the game. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Against Eintracht Frankfurt, who are no slouches. I'm not saying they are. Obviously, since Omar Marmoush left to go to Man City, they've been without arguably the best player. But if you like, we can talk about Hugo Ekitike because he has been really, he's really having a breakthrough season at Eintracht Frankfurt. He's somebody that has been talked about quite a bit. obviously went to Paris Saint-Germain and quite a lot of money from Stade Rennes in 2023. Didn't really work out. Ended up on loan at Eintracht Frankfurt. They've made it permanent for about a 12 million euro loss on that. And this season, he is scoring. And I wonder how much it would cost Arsenal if we're in the market for a striker. And I'd love to talk about that as well if you're in for it. Oh, look, it's Earth Vader's here. Oi, Razor, it's a good win against Real. Gets a thumbs up from me. Do you want some? Does Mikel Arteta get a thumbs up from Earth Vader? Those massive arms lifting a thumb up. Look, I think that one of the other things I want to talk about is the swinging opinions. You know, we haven't got a chance. We're going to get battered. They'll probably be cremating us after the game. Real Madrid are going to be dancing around on our graves. Yeah, and then we beat them 3-0. And it was a convincing performance, and we did do really well. We did need 2 absolutely cracking free kicks from Declan, or Decline Rice, as somebody was calling him just before he scored the free kicks. Beautiful timing of that. But then immediately we beat Real Madrid 3-0, and it's like we're the greatest team in the world. It's the greatest night. Listen, I wished I'd been at the Emirates for that game. I'm sure it was the best atmosphere. Huge love and respect to the Gooners who go, because without them, games like this just don't happen. You need the crowd behind you, and my God, they had the crowd behind them from 15 minutes beforehand. And one of the most joyous things we talked about on Tuesday is obviously singing "Are You Tottenham in Disguise?" But I don't want to be the guy that says this, right? I don't want to be the guy that I mean, we're all thinking it, aren't we? If there's one team in world football that could still do us some damage and destroy us, it's hard to see us shipping 4 goals. Maybe they score 3 and we aren't able to score. I mean, after all, we have no strikers, right? Hey, Saskia Gunnar Moss is here. My opinions don't change. Right again. Said if JD and Lille can work Galacticos, then we will too. English so scared of these Madrids. A lot of it is based on reputation. How's it going, geezer? Sorry, my throat's still a bit sore from Tuesday. How's it going? I can't do it. We'll have to get Zanzi on in a bit with your theme tune. Great to see you, Hawkwood. Look, I don't think anyone predicted Arsenal would beat Real Madrid 3-0, but Liverpool beat Real Madrid. And Moss is absolutely right when he's saying, look, there was 2 games going into this. They're shipping goals. We've never lost to Real Madrid in the Champions League. There's that stat. But we own Don Carlo. Time to retire to Vancouver, Ancelotti. Ancelotti's the name, isn't he? Ancelotti is arguably one of the most charismatic managers. I know he doesn't come across it, but his teams love him. He's famous for not having tactics. But did he get outthought and outthunk by Arteta? I don't know. Listen, I'm not a tactical expert. Love to see what you think about that. I don't know if he's if we tacticked Carlo Ancelotti. I think the way I looked at the first half was that they were just sort of playing with their dinner. You know, they weren't that bothered by us. We didn't look that threatening. We looked a bit nervous. First touch is not great. All of this true. And I didn't see 3-0 coming at halftime. But then when that free kick goes in, it's like this rush. The confidence that Declan Rice had to take the second one. And then Marino's finish. I think it's the best goal of the game. Look who it is. It's Fan Dabby Rosie. Make sure you're smashing the like button and subbing to the links below. Thank you. Thank you so much, Rosie. Can't do it without you. Malia, they also haven't been great at home, but with their home atmosphere, it'd be tough. I hope we don't sit back. I want us to score more. Brilliant point. Listen, I would hate to see us try and defend a 3. I mean, you can feel it, can't you? You can feel like if we sit back, if we don't know what we're doing, if we're not going out there to at least threaten them, that first goal goes in and suddenly it's only a 2-goal lead. If they get 2 in the first half, it's going to be really sickeningly worrying. And the last thing Arsenal fans need, the last thing we ever need is to bottle a 3-0 lead. I mean, we'd never hear the end of it, would we? I hope everyone's well indeed. Arteta, no worries. He will never get any credit due to him from the Woodies, Lucas and BX Gunners. I don't know about BX. I think he was giving him credit, to be fair. How he does with our lads and tactics and motivations. Listen, reality is if, and I'm still saying if, and I'm not being facetious, if we beat Real Madrid in the quarterfinals and get through to the semis, let us not forget, will be only our third appearance in the semis. The game against Man United still, our last one, 2009, still annoys me. Ronaldo's free kick, we just weren't quite at the races. Of course, the semi where we Thierry Henry scored at the Bernabeu and 1-0, that was a brilliant semi. But this would be only the third time we've made the Champions League semis. And it's Arteta's second ever season with a team he put together himself. This isn't a team that he inherited from someone, which... It's a hell of an achievement, isn't it? It took Arsene Wenger 10 years to do that. But I don't know. I'm not going to speak for anyone, but there are people who are not going to give him credit. And I think that's getting weird now at this point. Get Rosie's pick up again. She's gorgeous. Sunday evening, 21:05. What am I doing? What's this for? We all love Leeds. Oh, these are okay. Cool. So love it. Vancouver Whitecaps took down Pumas in Mexico City and now up Messi and into Miami in the semi-finals. Sounds fun. I might have to stay up late and watch one of these. I think they will score. I think it'd be 1-1 draw on a night. I'd love that. I think we all would. Is anyone ready to predict we could go to Bernabeu and win? Not sure. Thursday, Slags in the Dark, Thursday, 8 p.m. Caught the tail end of it. Always good banter with those two. I think Tom's live doing the wrestling on the other side. Jose's here to defend himself. Thank goodness. I didn't want to put words in your mouth, but I stand by that. Do you know what? I think that's respectful. You know, like you. This is what I'm saying. It's like me and Jose probably disagree on a lot of these things, but who knows who's right? I definitely am not sure I'm right, but I think that it's okay to think Arteta's done a great job of getting us to the semi-finals. Do we think he's going to get past Paris Saint-Germain? And if we don't, then it's just a semi-final, isn't it? I mean, I'm not criticising. I'm really pleased about it, etc., etc. However, does it make him definitely the right man for the job? Let me ask this question. If Carlo Ancelotti is available, as we know he will be, would you swap him out? Would you trade him? I posed the question. I think that Mikel Arteta may well be approached by Real Madrid. See only tell truths. Truth is always opinions, isn't it? Ekitike, nice goal, Spuds. I like this striker. I like him as well. He's young. Yet to be capped by France, played a blinder for them in the last under-21s. He's considerably underperforming his XG. I could see him having a huge impact on the Premier League. I could also see him being a bit of a dud. Back to my previous question as well, though. Who gives us a chance against PSG? Because I've said for a little while, I think they are the team to fear. Then, of course, there's Barcelona on the other side. Is it PSG, Barcelona still the likeliest? I joked about the 3-1. I'm not confident enough to joke again. Oh, I just bloody do. It worked, right? And then, of course, ribbit. That's like saying had nothing to do with Rosie when she breaks a fantastic meal. It's all due to the ingredients. No, I don't know what you're on about. Sorry, don't get that one. Yes, just sat on a lily pad, Rosie. It was up to the manager or assistant manager. They wanted Rice to cross it. Individual brilliance stood out. Yeah, actually, I don't know about. I know that Nick Hover, obviously, who is our set piece coach, he wanted him to cross it, and I quite like. Well, I love the fact that Declan Rice exercised a little intelligence autonomy. And as they were saying in the post-match on Discovery, where I watched on Discovery, they were saying, you know, no one, I think it was Clarence Seedorf, and who's going to argue with him, saying that no one has a better view of the free kick than the person taking it. So he should be making those decisions. And I'm glad he did. But you're absolutely right, Jose. If it was up to Nick Hover, he would have crossed it. If that was the discussion, and apparently Bukayo Saka said to him, if you're feeling it, take it. Really pleased he did. I have not seen any of the Rangers or Man United. I was busy watching the Tottenham, the last days of Big Ange Postering Koglu. And now here she is, Queen of Arsenal, Miss Melina. Very good to see you indeed. We didn't lose tonight. We drew, I know, and you were down to 10 men for, I don't know, it was probably a horror tackle. I haven't seen it. Giving no credit to the manager Arteta, who's the rosy cooking it. I thought I got it. Mel Sis with 10 men. Yep. One of the judges I was before today knows I love Arsenal. She's English. She told me she saw Rice's free kicks. I was so happy. I talked about Arsenal at work to a judge for the first time. That is pretty cool. I hope I hope I didn't cause somebody to get a longer sentence or something. That'd be quite awful. So, I mean, thanks for being here, guys. It's a good turnout. I do think that this what I want to say before we get into anything, everyone's entitled to a different opinion. This is a hostelry for the hopeful. This is a place we go to enjoy each other's company in football, right? So it's absolutely right to have completely different opinions. I'm starting off the conversation just with this. Whether you're Arteta in, Arteta out, whether you think he's doing a good job or a bad job, that's just an opinion. I think all of us, even in, Jose, I'm not going to speak for you, but I would assume, and please correct me if I'm wrong, that if Arteta does go on to win the Champions League, you'll be happy to go, oh, do you know what? He's better than I thought he was. And similarly, if we go out, somehow get beaten by Real Madrid 3-0, next season there's a bit of a damp squib, I'll be the first to say, okay, time's up, had enough now. We got, Miss Mooney, thank you. It keeps the lights on, although you wouldn't know it from me at the moment. Thank you so much. And St Johnson beat Celtic too. So Celtic aren't in Europe or anything, are they? But do we think Tottenham are going through? Do we think Arsenal are going through? If we go through, a bit worried about Paris Saint-Germain destroying. They did kind of take Aston Villa apart, and they've got. It frustrates everybody, doesn't it? Like that we weren't even in the running for Kvaratskhelia. We didn't go for that much money. If our project is like all this talk about Nico Williams, don't tell me that you think Nico Williams is as good as Kvaratskhelia. Like he was outstanding. And on the other side, I mean, Paris Saint-Germain with Dembele in the middle and Doué on the other side, look, they're just looking really strong to me. Barcelona, Rafinha could be a Ballon d'Or performance this season from him. I'd be happy if we win, knowing our players were good enough to do it. I believe in these players. Yeah, I think we agree on that. I do feel a little bit like, honestly, and I know it's kind of the wrong time to say, which has done really well. Odegaard, though. A lot, one of the things that really made me laugh is everyone going, how comes Odegaard's been taking free kicks? It does make you wonder, though, doesn't it? If Declan has had these goals in his locker. I think he's taken 13 direct free kicks for us before, so let's not pretend that he hasn't had chances. Zanzi with imagine Mellon, the judge, and the person in court's a Spuds fan. Life for you, young man, but I only took a bottle of wine, Your Honour. Does Canada have the 3 strikes and out rule? Frankfurters will take down Spuds. Easy taste you too. Frankfurter. It's a hell of a place to go, The atmosphere of that place is going to be mad. I don't think Tottenham have got the nuts to do this. I really don't. I thought that they might lose to Frankfurt. This could have been Big Edge's last game. I mean, it's who we are, mate. We're just shit. It's who we are. I think it could be a very, 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 very disappointing night for Spurs night, and I welcome it. I really look forward to it. Of course, if we've gone out to Real Madrid on the Wednesday, it won't be much of a consolation if Tottenham go out on the Thursday. But, we have beaten PSG in the Champions League this season. Some fans are looking forward to playing them. Yeah, it was without Kvaratskhelia, and it was an unusual performance. And again, it was 2-0. It was a home victory. Look, doesn't matter, does it? I mean, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be Aston Villa in the semi-final. would we prefer Aston Villa? I'm not even sure I would prefer Aston Villa. Mel would walk out. Let me do this. I keep forgetting to do this. Share your referral link. You stream, check out stream. I'm going to have to do it this way. Invite, copy, and paste. Let's hope we get some takers. Everyone, welcome, of course. Please join in if you've got something to say. One of my colleagues at work named Jason, he's a Man City fan. He always brags to me about City. So annoying. Don't think there's going to be that many Man City fans around anymore. I honestly think I've been really interested in their season next season. I've gotten it wrong before predicting that they wouldn't do well, but I'm not sure Pep Guardiola is the man to rebuild a team. With Kevin De Bruyne, the latest player that's on his way. The pressure is on PSG. No one thought we'd beat Madrid, and look what happened. I think this comes down to, I guess, the point I was valiantly trying to make, but I think I've failed to make it so far, which is just that it annoys me when people act like they can predict what's going to happen in a football match. If that were true, we wouldn't watch it. You don't know what's going to happen if Arsenal take on PSG. No one, when I look back to that 2006 semi-final against Real Madrid, with Roberto Carlos and David Beckham, Ronaldo, there were players in that team that you just didn't think. I mean, the final against Barcelona, down to 10 men, still took the lead. There's so much to football if the desire is there. I think Gabriel's a huge miss. But, we just took on arguably the best front three in European football, and they didn't get a sniff. Mbappe, who's looked brilliant. I mean, look, I know Madrid have been conceding, but they have also been scoring, and we kept them quiet, and it was a really strong performance. I can't decide if I think they were just playing far too much within themselves or if we were outstanding. So let me know what you think, and particularly you, Zanzi. Welcome, Zanzi Barbarian, now Zanzi. Or the UK.
Evening, landlord. I'm still buzzing, by the way.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of videos about Arsenal and Real Madrid.
Like what, from
other platforms? Yeah, it's the worst ones to go to are AFTV ones, because you're going to get all idiots say, "Oh yeah, they're going to win the Champions League. We just stuff them," and I think, yeah, okay.
It's just this pendulum. It's like, people can't. I don't know what it is about YouTube. It's one of those platforms, isn't it, where it's the look at me, shouty stuff. I don't have a strong opinion on what's going to happen in the game. That's why I watch the games. I like to think that, as we've talked about a few times now, we don't often concede 3. So, but then we don't often play Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. I don't know. Like, it's you want to be in the quarterfinals so that you can get to the semi-finals, but I don't know how people are so confident and why they're so quick to give their predictions. And then, watching all these people who've been miserable, and especially Turkish, who I really like. I think he's got loads of insightful, intelligent things to say, but he's usually so bloody miserable. And then we win, and he's all smiles and happy, and you go, well, that's what's supposed to happen, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think you're very much like me. We had a fantastic night on Tuesday. I was shocked that we actually won 3-0. I was going for 1-0, but then we would lose the return leg.
Yeah.
But now we're 3-0 up. I'm actually more worried because I know Real Madrid are going to come at us like a bloody steam train, aren't they?
I mean, more worried, less worried. It is just, I was really calm about it because I didn't expect us to have a chance. Moss is saying I like this comment actually. I'd say Lewandowski, Yamal, and Rafinha are better. That's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and Mbappe, or I'd say Lewandowski of a couple of years ago. Still, I know he scored. I know he's scoring for fun. Yamal is still not quite there. Rafinha is outstanding. We could have a poll on that. Zanzi, if you had to pick between Lewandowski, Yamal, and Rafinha, or Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinicius Junior, do you think you have a preference?
I would probably go with the Real Madrid lot.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning that way, but it's tough because I think Yamal in a couple of years definitely is an outstanding talent, and he's so young. And Lewandowski obviously is one of my favourite strikers of all time. and Rafinha is just on fire at the moment. I haven't seen that much of Barcelona though. I agree with this. YouTube is an extension of reality television. It really is. It does kind of. But then it's funny because there are pockets of it everywhere where it's really like slags in the dark earlier, just people getting together and having a bit of laugh and banter. It's not so much animosity and hatred. I do want to touch on, I love this. Earth Vader, he's just skipped over to Facebook. Bloody hell, Razor, you're everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, and Pornhub. You said you wouldn't say. You said it'd be our secret. I would never have done those things with you. Big up, Zanzi. Worse than reality TV, people face consequences on TV. Yeah. I don't know. We were sort of talking all about it. This morning before work, I was watching YouTube, as you do, and I noticed that Arsenal, the history, what's it called? Arsenal, the history and more. The channel of Jez, who. Look, I mean, it's a personal taste thing, isn't it? But Jez, the old curmudgeon from the Lee Gunner show, always reminds me a little bit of daytime drinking in a Weatherspoons. You know, it's like there's an old bloke sitting there with all stained lips from like roll-ups he's been smoking, probably asks you for one, and then you can't get away from him. So he's shit at the moment. It's not like he used to be. But he was this morning saying, that's it, it's ruining my life, YouTube's ruining my life. Always makes me laugh that when people say that, because it's okay to take a break. I took a break. Yeah, I think it's absolutely, I totally get it. I think anyone who does YouTube, you probably obsess about it a little bit too much and put too much into it. And it's absolutely all right to take a break if you want to. But going on about how, you know, I don't get invited on the right shows. And then bloody hell, if, you know, thinking, I'm like, good riddance, Jez. Not going to miss you. You look like you smell a bit of wee. And then today it's like, oh, well, I'm just going to take 3 months off. I'm really sick of people doing the. He said it's not clickbaity. I was going to leave and now I'm not. It's like, make the decision, you know. It's when people say that's it. It's over. It's not working, and then they change their mind. It'll never happen here, will it, Zanzi?
No. Well, I hope not. Anyway.
No, it won't. It's not gonna. I just won't. The doors. I'll just leave you the key in an envelope and go. That's it. Your landlord now. It'd be like The Shining. You know, you've always been the landlord, Zanzi. A lot of goals. That then saying Lua may get Ballon d'Or now because he's got shafted before. Yeah, he could do. Lever, sorry. A lot of goals. Hi, Rosie, says Anthony. He's back on YouTube. Are you on both at the same time? This is cool. Lewandowski should get one. Yes, absolutely should. Lewandowski's one of my favourite all-time. There's a poster of him at the Allianz where it just shows you all the places he's scored goals from. He's just a legend. He's an absolute bloody legend.
He just scores goals for fun, doesn't he? But he's in the right place at the right bloody time. Bang, goal. Thank you very much.
He is. I'll never forget the game he came on and scored 4. And it was like, and he came on in the 60th minute, and it was like 3-0, and he scored 4, and it was 4-3. And it's like this is like he's boy's own football, isn't he? Yeah. So no, he's not leaving. Old wino racist, terrible hope he hasn't. He hasn't left. He's changed his mind. He was saying now like, oh, my family comes first. My family comes first on YouTube. My family comes first. No, I was thinking they're not going to like you coming off YouTube. He's like, I'm on YouTube all the time, and apparently his wife's talked him back into staying. So thanks for that, love. But you know, I'm being a bit salty. You don't have to. If you don't like someone, you don't have to watch him. That's the truth, isn't it? Sometimes it just surprises me that he's such a misery. You know, it's like I just don't get it. Don't get it. Don't like him. I'm sure he doesn't like me either. I'm sure he doesn't know I exist. Sorry. Anthony's decided to stay on YouTube, hopefully, and Kermit's middle finger, rip it. I told you he won't leave. That was. He's just a bit of a U-turn, a bit of a sharp Dukes of Hazzard style U-turn. I don't know. I think, and he's bitter because he sort of sits there. This is rich coming from me, I know, but he just sort of sits there and goes and complains when people don't watch it. It's like it's a miracle when anyone watches us. To be honest with you, I'm delighted you're all here. So, I do feel like we've got enough about us to get past Real Madrid, but I don't know. Being an Arsenal fan, it does give you a kind of feeling. I don't know about you, Zanzi, but I get the kind of feeling we're that club that don't quite do it. You know, we got to a Champions League final. It's a terrible return, really, isn't it? One Champions League final for, 20 years of consecutively contesting the Champions League. I know it was years where we didn't have money and we lost our best players. But do you have any confidence that we could win this?
I'm certainly fairly confident we'll get past Real Madrid.
Yeah.
PSG or Villa. I don't know.
It's PSG, I think you have to say on that one.
Yeah.
They are going to get past it. I don't, what do you guys think? Jose saying he thinks we can go all the way. I love that. It's just the teams are left. And look, obviously it's the Champions League's semi-final final. But if we get past Madrid, it's such a great performance. But it doesn't change the fact that we don't have a striker. I know I'm saying that. We just put through. I mean, like, hopefully we get some free kicks. I thought it was really funny, like people talking about Unai Emery and how, I think it was Lee Gunner again, talking about Unai Emery is going to give us a bloody nose if we met them in the semi-final. I don't think so. I don't know where this comes from, the idea that Unai Emery is better for us than Arteta. I think we tried both. I don't want to go back to that. Malia, this is how I feel actually. As an Arsenal fan, I never get my expectations up. Keep it slightly high so you're not so disappointed. I just love it. I think, you know what? I mean, Arsenal, we're somewhere near Europe's elite. And I say that in terms of how we do in our domestic league. I'm not saying that we're a big club. Almost everyone's heard of us. We do okay. We have some big performances. I mean, we got beaten out by a Joshua Kimmich goal last season at Bayern, and when Bayern weren't very good. This is the truth. This is not an opinion. This is not this is just a fact. Jose spitting facts. BX Gunner 81 with to be the best, you have to beat the best. This season we're doing it. I love it. I love your confidence, and you're absolutely right. And if we go through to the final and we are up against Barcelona, I'll be gutted because I don't want the only two times we've ever been in the Champions League to be up against the same bloody team.
Yeah, but there again, if you think are Arsenal lucky to win the European Championship? Let's have a look. We beat PSG, probably one of the best teams in the world at the moment. We beat Real Madrid, probably one of the best teams in the world. We beat PSG again, probably one of the best teams in the world. Just taking out the Barcelona, probably one of the best teams in the world.
No,
and you'll get some idiot say, "Well, you didn't play Bayern Munich, though, did you?"
No, you will always get idiots, but I think you're absolutely right. I think this 8, we have played a blinder in Europe. I mean, who finished top was Liverpool, and obviously they went out.
Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal are the top 3.
Was that the top 3 in the league stage? Okay.
PSG were 15th.
Yeah,
in the table.
And I remember us beating them fairly comfortably. But I will say he didn't play Dembele, which was odd even at the time. And he didn't have Kvaratskhelia. And they have found form that they didn't have back then.
Did you see Kvaratskelia's goal against Villa?
Yeah. He's just... Why were we not in the conversation for Kvaratskhelia? He was like 50 million quid. Like, I'm sick of hearing about Nico Williams, by the way. I mean, who is this Arsenal you speak of? Tula Arsenal de Sarandi. Where's his club at? When are you thinking for the next quiz, Dan? I'll be guided by you guys. When are we having our next quiz? I don't mind. Should we do next Tuesday? There's nothing else going on, is there? Should we build up to arguably the biggest night of European football in at least 16 years, isn't it? Because I mean, this is the biggest quarterfinal we've ever played. The best hope we have getting to a semi-final for only the 3rd time in history. Should we have a quiz next Tuesday and just everyone just relax into it with a big quiz? Let me know. Let me know. What do you reckon, Zandy? You're the quiz master.
I could do an A to Z on just random questions.
So general knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. Rosie's going to want it to be films again. I can feel it. It's going to be rom-com. A rom-com. Are we having a rom-com quiz? Is that what you want? I don't think so. Oi, Razor, you're better looking on Facebook. It's not true. I'm just young on Facebook. Rosie clearly doesn't care if we get to the final. Well, Rangers, do you know what? I'm surprised. Down to 10 men against Athletic Club. That's got to be a good result, hasn't it? Saved a penalty.
I was surprised that God, who are they? Lazio lost.
Lazio. Oh yeah, what did they?
Yeah, they lost against Bodo Glimt, whatever they are.
I know Bodo Glimt's one of those teams that I think, are they Norwegian? If only Sam was here, he could tell us. I think they're Norwegian. I have no idea. But so, well, yeah, was it 2-0? It says here.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Yeah, but that's so that can overturn that. Lazio, I don't even know who plays for them anymore. Lazio. PSG had Kang up front versus us the first time. This KK is the man. Kvaratskhelia, like he is, isn't he? He's another potential world class. I agree with Jose's comment earlier. I'll put a star in this one. To be the best, you have to be the best. Simple as that. There's no point in wishing that we can't play Bodo Glimt in the final, so it's going to be either Inter, Barcelona, Bayern. It's not going to be Bayern. It's not going to be Howard. Imagine that though, Harry Kane in the final. If that could happen, could that happen? Bayern Munich final, Harry Kane up front. He's shit in every final he's ever played. Oh, come on. Can we manifest that, please? Ladies and gentlemen. So Rosie said, Rosie clearly doesn't care if we get into the final. Couldn't give less of a shit, Malia. It's so kind. I know you too well. It'd be fun to see Rangers beat United or Spuds, but Shite Spurs will go out anyways. I think they're out, and I think that will signal the first time since Yokohama Antlers or Fuddlesbeer Backsparrons or whoever else he's managed that Big Ange Postecoglou, I usually win something in my second season. Don't think it's going to happen. Eintracht Frankfurt are no pushovers, but you should be able to beat them at home, shouldn't you?
I don't know.
Oh, we would. We'd have beaten them. We beat the reigning Champions League holders. Bodo Glimt Norwegians 2-0 down. Take the fascists. Take down. Yes, Lazio. That's a good point. Fascist club. The weather conditions were crazy. Freezing snow. Where was that? Was that in Norway then? Was it snowing in Norway? Oof. Canadian bacon, please. Literally. It's absolutely stunning here. It's been about a week. It's 19 degrees today. It's been beautiful here. I went for a really nice run and a walk today. Just absolutely beautiful, stunning springtime weather. Apparently, it's going to piss it down next week and be cold and shitty. But I won't care if we beat Real Madrid in Madrid. I don't think any of us will. And I certainly won't be watching any football if we go out. If we go out to Real Madrid, if they score 3 goals in the first half and then a winner, oh God.
But they're going for Real Madrid to beat us. They actually have to score against us, which they've never done so yet.
I love statistics. It is true. I'm not saying it's not true, but we've only ever played them 3 times, and 2 of those times were 19 years ago. So I'm not sure it counts. It wasn't the same crew, was it? Been hot here. I had to pour concrete today. 10-tonner. Do you mix the concrete as well? I used to quite enjoy mixing concrete. It's one of the things I did enjoy doing. I don't want Inter in a final. I don't. You know what? I really don't want Inter in a final. Am I being... I think, by the way, Rosie's asked what age Declan Rice is on. If I'm right, he's 26. No sign of rain for a week. Unheard of means there's a rainstorm brewing. So I don't want Inter in a final. I think the reason I don't want Inter in the final is I'm kind of prejudiced. It's that Italian sort of defensiveness. It's the always being boring finals. When they played City, it was a boring final, wasn't it?
Well, they beat us 1-0 in the in the league stage, didn't they? Inter.
Yeah, they did, but we, not to be all. As Arteta pointed out, we did dominate the game. We just didn't put our chances away. And now, of course, we've got Marino up front, so we've got nothing to worry about.
Absolutely.
But yeah, they did beat us 1-0. But then doesn't that give you confidence if they only beat us 1-0 at their place? I mean, it would be a final. It wouldn't be at San Siro. It wouldn't be at the Emirates. It would be, I don't know. Look, what our choices are, there are no shit teams.
No.
Even if Aston Villa, and I think this is a long shot, but if Aston Villa somehow get past Paris Saint-Germain, that's not easy either. Is it? I mean,
that'd be a hard game.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a great record against them. I still think we'd get past them, though, I think. But, there's only good teams left in it. And it is what Jose said. I keep quoting it. I think, I'm at a point where I kind of, we've done better than I expected with that 3-0. Much better than I expected. Maybe just be happy from here. We get past Real Madrid. Do you think that the Arsenal fan base in general would be happy? Let me know in the comments, guys. Would you be happy if we get past Real Madrid and we lose narrowly to a brilliant Paris Saint-Germain side who go on to win it? Or, if let's say we got to the final and lost to a Barcelona side or an Inter side, would you be happy? Is that a good achievement, or is it literally just about silverware now? Is silverware all that matters now? Because that's what I feel like. That's where we are. Like, our whole season now is either glory or disaster.
It's always great to win something, but with me, I just support Arsenal regardless.
Yeah, I mean, we all do, but I'm saying, I know I'm not trying to constantly stoke a debate about Arteta. I do feel like I am pro Arteta. I wouldn't put everything behind that, though. But I do feel like the criticism going into next season, if we did get knocked out in the semi-finals, there'll be just loads of people. The pressure gets at a certain point, doesn't it?
I don't know. I'm actually more confident of what's going to happen this summer with who's coming in, because this season's been absolutely bloody dreadful, hasn't it, with our injuries?
Yeah, it has. It has. I don't know. I mean, I know that people will say, "Oh, there's no excuses. We should have been better prepared," and I feel there's truth in that. But it has all kind of come at once, hasn't it? And I think that we're not that far off Liverpool. We might lose the same number of games as Liverpool and just finish miles behind them. Did you get your feet stuck in it, Anthony? She wants to know about the concrete. Tony's legs better than his arms. Consolation Adams' arms. Yeah, definitely. Listen, we're here, whatever happens next Thursday night. I'm probably, do you know what? I'm gonna say it now. We're on after the game on Wednesday, either to celebrate. I will either be absolutely slaughtered or I'll be very drunk. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I am Moss, working hard as usual. No, it was Level Rosie. We're talking about concrete now. Come on, guys. Have you ever been hungover in work, Anthony, and poured it on the we get into final. We're going to Northwoods Pub, Islington, and see that Italian dude that wanted Arsenal and lost to Atletico. Bring it. 17 degrees in sunny Saskatoon. It would be a big achievement, but to lose another final would be fitting. Gutting. I was going to say, yeah, of course. I just can't. I don't know. It's that always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I watch a lot of these. Someone said this. I wrote this down. Arsenal can't dine at the top table. All right. Sorry. I don't think we are one of Europe's elite clubs. I don't think there's any shame in that, is there?
No.
I mean, there's Bayern Munich, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, Man United, Man City now, but there aren't that many teams in the elite, you know, and Real Madrid and Barcelona, Atletico Madrid. But if we win the Champions League this season, we're not doing that much worse than some of them, are we? Like, you know, win it back to back. That's what I want to see. Kroenke's fired their basketball coach. I saw this opening up big war chest for Arsenal. Sounds like. Oof, do you think? Don't build my. I do think you touched on this, Andy. I do think we're looking at a big spending summer.
Well, they're muting 300 million, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They are, but that's happened before, and it hasn't happened. If you know what I mean. Like, I'm not. Listen. It's not for me. It's not necessarily about the amount we spend. It's what we spend it on. It's increasingly looking like we're going nowhere near Alexander Isak, Gyökeres. It would be surprising now if all of the best informed Arsenal journalists are now talking about Gyökeres as if he's apparently said he wants to come to Arsenal. He's Andrea Berta's first choice. I'm surprised because I don't really rate him. Not that means much. I don't watch Portuguese football, but do we think that Rice is going to pull off another stunning performance next week? He's
got it in his locker.
Yeah, I think Thomas Partey is more important next week. I'd be playing them as a double pivot. I don't know. Listen, you know what? In all the talk of Declan Rice's stunning performance in terms of goals and Marino bagging an absolutely worldy of a finish, I didn't on Tuesday, and I regret this. I didn't talk enough about Miles Lewis-Skelly.
Yeah, no.
What the hell? What the hell can you say about that? It's just really exciting. It's exciting. Like he's so charismatic and he's so creative and he's so confident and there's something really Arsenal about him. He's got the swagger of Jack Wilshere. He's got the muscle of Kolo Touré. He's got the touch. I just love him. I absolutely bloody love him. Partey, Rice, Odegaard dominated Bernabeu too. Tchouameni's back though, isn't he? I don't necessarily think Tchouameni.
I know that MLS plays in a different position, but he sort of smacks of Rocastle.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think that's a really fair because he's with a little bit more cheekiness than Rocastle.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I just love him. I've loved him for a little while now, and it's like this. I think the last player I felt this about was Emil Smith-Rowe, and I'm still gutted he's not with us anymore. Well, God, that sounded like he died. Don't try to do that. Mind you, he's at Fulham, so it's not far off. But it feels different this season, though. The atmosphere at the Emirates felt different. I really think we can at least go to the final 100%. And also, look, we were unfancied. People didn't think we would do it. So there's a little magic in it. There's a little bit of, I don't know. Maybe the stars align this time. Personally, I'm going to stand by this. Whatever happens, if we make it to the final, that's a hell of an achievement, and I'll be proud of us. I'm proud of us for what we've done so far, but you can't be happy with an appearance at the final if we lose, of course. But it's a great achievement. It is a great achievement, especially if you've just got Marino up front, for God's sakes.
If we get to the final and win, I'll be absolutely over the moon, but I'll also be gutted for Gabriel.
Oh, yeah, totally. 100%. Yeah. Oh, mate. Oh.
Did you see him at the Emirates in the match?
I saw him on crutches and sitting down when he first got there.
I think it was from Rice's first goal. And he couldn't stand up, and he was just going absolutely mad. He was.
Yeah, I bet.
God, he's so happy.
I love him. I actually love him. I think, obviously he's got contract coming up. We've got to do everything we can.
Oh God, yeah.
Who's this? Who's the Glock? Is that Gyökeres? Jose, who's the? I think we're getting the Glock. Who's that? Is that Gyökeres? Because I haven't seen it. I'm not going to pretend I've seen a lot of him. Good evening, my fellow Gooners. Hope you're all well and healthy. It's Geeks of Muckleby. Bloody good to see you, sir. I'm going to Geeks. Hey, legend, indeed. MLS was awesome. 18 years old and stunning in midfield. Stunning is the right word. Gom. Who's Gom?
Geeks of Muckleby.
Geeks of Muckleby. Sorry. I thought Yep. JD, Ekatike, Zubi, Joan Garcia, Sver Naipan, Nico. I don't want Nico Williams. Semenyo, I would take. Huison, I would take. You know you've missed out there, don't you?
Who's JD?
I don't know. JD.
Oh,
Jonathan David. David. Yeah, no. So you're saying David and not Gyökeres. And you don't think Benjamin Šeško. So interesting. I don't think we're going to. I'd love to see us get. I really hope we don't go and spend 30 or 40 million on a fucking goalkeeper. Seriously. Sell Zini, Trossard, Kivior. We good. I would sell Trossard. I would keep Kivior and Zini if I could. Not sure on Williams, as I feel it would be stepping stone to a Barca move. That's a really good point. I don't want Nico Williams.
Well, Williams has been saying for years he just wants to go to Barca, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's been saying that. So
I don't have a problem with that. I honestly don't have a problem with Zubamendi. He's been saying for years he wants to stay at Sociedad. I don't have a problem when players come out and say this. I just feel as though that should mean we spend less time chasing them. I prefer Šeško, as I said last time. 4-2-3-1 will be our formation. Gyökeres, I don't think I prefer Šeško to Gyökeres. I just think that Gyökeres is overrated. Me too as Zubi. Think we go back to 4-2-3-1 as well. Yeah.
How old was Whitey when he came to Arsenal? He's 26 or something like that.
Yeah. I got this wrong before, didn't I? Because I thought he was 23, but of course he wasn't. It was 26 or 27.
Yeah. And Gyökeres, you know, people come better later on in life.
Do you know what it is in that for me? It's that I just don't see what the fuss is about. I just don't like I don't think we play like Sporting. I've seen him. He always seems to come deep. He's physical. He's strong, but I don't think he fits what Arteta's doing. So I don't know. I mean, it'd be really fascinating because if Andrea Berta's going, no, we're getting Gyökeres and you're going to find a way to play him, it's going to be a really interesting dynamic. They're supposed to be on a level, which I think is a bad decision. I think I would, if it was down to me, I'd say Andrea Berta is the sporting director. He's in charge. He makes the decisions on who comes in. You can guide him, Mikel, but that's not what you're here for. You're here to coach who we give you. That's how I would do it, but we'll see.
A lot of the games I've seen Gyökeres in, or the highlights, he's playing an awful lot on the left-hand side. So
I really, because I haven't seen that. I mean I haven't. I've literally had to just watch the highlights because I really never watch. Of course, I don't watch Sporting play. I don't watch Portuguese football, but I think he's pretty well spread out across the front. But I think he's pretty much. I think he's pretty much either side, maybe slightly more to the left. Maybe I'm looking at the heat map now, maybe more of a left-sided bias. But the thing for me is, when I looked at the goals, he scored so many penalties. You know, like if you took the penalties out of his, he scored so many penalties. I'm not sure I'm that impressed. I don't know.
I mean, even if you take the penalties out, he's still got a good average, though, hasn't he?
Well, not that good, I don't think. Well, all right. Of course, it's still good. Yeah. Who JD is the Iceman? I like Geeks saying I like Dewey of PSG. Duh. Yeah. We all do. That was quite cruel, actually.
What's his name? Desire Dewey, isn't it? Yeah.
He's the kid that popped up. He's only 22 or something from Rennes, and he played really well. He played against us, didn't he?
I don't even think he's 22. He's like 18, isn't he?
19. I've just looked. Yeah, he's 19 years old. Yeah, he's good, man. He's really.
I mean,
good.
I know last summer we were sort of mooted with him.
Oh, I don't remember that. But I'm looking at it now. Someone should have got him. AJ's here. Great to see you, AJ. I like Joe, but Barkala even more. Yeah, and this is what we're up against, isn't it? Right, he was 28. Sasky says that is old, isn't it? When you think about it. Both Swedish strikers are top shelf quality. Can't get Isak. Gyökeres is next best thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm unconvinced. But everywhere I look, people are telling me that he's. I mean, Andrea. Listen, I said this on Tuesday. Andrea Berta knows more about football than I do. So if he thinks he's the one, then I'll get behind him. I won't. I'm interested to see what would happen. I'm interested to see how we play, and we definitely need a striker, and we still have Kai Havertz. So it's not all or nothing here, is it? And of course, Gabby Jesus may well play again. Who knows? Oof. Isak, but 125 million. I think if Isak was 80 million, it's a no-brainer, but I just wouldn't want to spend 125 million on a player. Gyökeres overrated and 80 million, no thanks. Give me the Iceman who beats big clubs like both Madrid, Peru, and USA twice, and Juve, etc. And Gyökeres scoring. Jonathan David, I think it's just coming down now to there are too many clubs after him. I think he's coming across a bit mercenary. I would certainly be delighted if we get that done. On Rio Aves and shite clubs like Boavista and stuff. Lautaro Martinez of Inter is really good striker, 27, a quality player. Also Alvarez from City now. Well, yeah, Alvarez I desperately wanted, but they just weren't going to sell him to him. Liam Delap, brilliant. Why does it always have to be Victor Osimhen, Victor Gyökeres? Why does it have to be one of them? Why can't we be taking a long, hard look at Delap? He is playing absolutely brilliantly and in a shit team. So thoughts on Delap? Zanzi, lead the way.
Who's he playing for?
Ipswich, yeah.
I mean, I've looked at him, but I don't know.
So 12 goals for Ipswich. He's 22. I think, do you know what? I'd love to see us sign him, but I worry it's a bit Franny Jeffers. I don't know.
But we're looking at Gates' thing there. Did you see Martinez's goal?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
You have to. His finish was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, he's good. He's had a bad season, but I like him. But he's just signed a contract. There's no point talking about Lautaro Martinez. He doesn't want to leave. He's never leaving. And they've just signed him on a new contract. And even if, it's cost a fortune. And Italian players don't always go over here that well, do they? So Lautaro Martinez, there's no chance on that one, I would say. Berta will bring in La Liga or Serie A striker. I don't know. I mean, it is. I know we've talked about it, but it's a little bit frustrating to me that we go out and get this incredible sporting director, and he goes after the players even I've heard of. It's like, well, go and find me a player I don't know very well. Go and get someone like Desiree Doué, who everyone's like, who the hell is this? Go and get me Nick Adelka. Well, no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
JD is a Canadian gooner. He would choose us. Henri approves. Defo. That's good to know. He wants a lot of money. He wants a lot of salary. I don't know, I'm not 100% sure I can see it happening, but I would love to see Jonathan. I think I've said this a few times. I would love to see Jonathan David. I'd get right behind him. 100% be a great striker for us. Definitely score goals. He scores goals everywhere. Everyone wants to lap as only 30 million release clause. Is that true? I did not know that. 30 million release clause. That's got to happen then, because he's definitely worth 30 million. Yeah. And Justin Kluivert for me. I saw him play out one blinder against was it Newcastle? Hard to know. I don't know though. Do you know what? He's a bit, because Delap's younger. I don't know. Yeah, I think I would be, put it this way, I'd be really happy if we signed Kluivert as well. Rosie's heading to bed. Rosie, thank you for being here. Can't do it without you. You're an absolute star. Fan David Rosie.
Oh, hang on. I can't find it anywhere. It's gone. There it is for Rosie.
I'm Scottish.
You didn't do the Hawkwind one?
No, I didn't know if a Hawk was still here or not. Hawk.
Let's give it the old. Well, we'll have to maybe.
Oh, he's there.
That's
He pops up at the bottom.
Semenyo or Kluivert, I like you. Dan, Tuesday night I was in London and was going past the stadium. The sound of the fans was unreal. I wish I was there. Oh, mate, yeah. Oh, there is nothing like the sound of Arsenal fans on a night like that. And I'm so proud of how they sang. And come on, man. It is stuff for dreams, isn't it? 3-0 up against Real Madrid and you get to sing, "Are You Tottenham in Disguise?" Are you Tottenham in Disguise? Like,
that I thought was absolutely classic.
Would not know what was going on, would they?
I bet the Real Madrid fans are thinking, what is this, Tottenham?
Absolutely. Scored something like 12 of their 26, 27 goals. Strong, young, Shearer-like. Yeah. Listen, I haven't seen that much of Delap. I really, really like him. And I think at the price, it seems silly not to, doesn't it? Like a Lorenzo, Luca, Udinese. Hi, Jordan. How you doing? You all right?
Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. David, not greedy. Don't get injured. A superhuman being. Just something of a bias going on here. I don't know if he was Austrian. I don't know if you'd be bigging him up quite so much. He wants a lot of salad. Hawkwind is back. Justin won't do it at Arsenal. Yeah, I can kind of feel that. I wouldn't hate it, though. I really wouldn't hate him as a signing. Could surprise a few people, no? My only concern with Jonathan David is for all his speed, he does not press the defence very well. These are considerations, are they not? That is a very good point. But you see, look, Arteta has to be more flexible on this. He really does, because if we're constantly only looking at strikers who press the defenders, great, but at the same time, I quite like strikers who just try and score goals. I'm really old-fashioned like that.
I would always like someone, striker, not to come back any further than the centre circle.
Well, that's Gyökeres does. Gyökeres is always coming deep. I mean, I guess this way Sporting play. I don't watch a lot of Portuguese football, as I said. But that's a really, really strong point, because you know that that's a consideration that rules out players like Victor Osimhen. And I just want one player who's constantly in or around the box looking to get on the end of something. Like a vintage Raheem Sterling, you know? Not the Sterling we've got now, not his twin brother.
Yeah.
He is the best.
I think we've got his cousin, haven't we? Raymond Sterling.
Yeah. North London forever. I love it. I thought Party, Timber, and MLS. Well, yeah, they were. That Party that we had, because you said he was man of the match, didn't you? You made.
I thought Party was great during the whole game, but Rice was really, really great in the second half.
Yeah. I did not see that second half coming.
Yeah.
I did not see it coming.
But it is because Partey was so good, he enabled Rice to be able to be pushing forwards more.
Yeah. Listen, there's no question that he was outstanding. I felt like you can't, in all seriousness, when I mean, those were 2 free kicks. They were. If Rice's 2 free kicks don't go in, it's still a great result. We've beat Real Madrid 1-0, but none of us are confident. But this is what I mean. Again, not to keep harping on about it, but like fucking YouTube and the football sphere in general is like, I got Roy Keane going, it's done. It's not done. There's 90 minutes left. You don't have to say that. You can just go, we're in a really good position. I feel really confident. But it's like everybody's trying to be Nostradamus. I said it was going to happen. There's one of the most annoying. I watched a lot of the streams, live streams, obviously after the match, just to see what people were saying. And the douchebag on Lee Gunner's watch along, as soon as Declan Rice scores the goal, he's like, "This is what I've been asking for. This is what I've wanted. This is what I've been saying should happen." It's like, mate, it's not about you right now. It just isn't about you. It's about, hey, what happened. No one ever did that on the terraces. I wouldn't have watched football as much if there was some prick standing next to me going, "This is what I've wanted." It's like, you don't matter. You're just on a stream with a guy who smells of wee. It doesn't matter. Just shut up for a minute and enjoy the match.
In fact, everyone else around the terraces would have told him to fuck off.
Yeah, would have thrown him out. That's what's missing on the. These people. Everyone's like, "I said this and I said that." It's just fucking stop talking about yourself for a minute. Just
this is my problem with our 3-0 win. If we'd won 1-0, I'd been saying, all right, yeah, I was expecting a 1-0 win, and we're going to lose 2-0 at the Bernabeu. So, all right, we've gone out to the European champions. But now we've won 3-0. Everyone's expecting us just to walk through the next round into the next game. And I'm thinking, no.
And it's not that. And it's
more pressure
really
on me.
It's really not that at all, because we've scored 3 in the game. There's no reason to think they couldn't score 3 in the game.
Yeah.
Some of a bitch game goes to extra time. I'm not going to be at all confident. The only thing that gives me confidence is our record of not conceding goals. But I will temper that by saying, first of all, our wall at the back isn't there. I tell you what. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, apparently he got home and he found Mbappe in his back pocket.
You know what? Like, I honestly, I did not see that coming. I was worried. Start of the match, I thought maybe Miles Lewis-Skelly, this is a bridge too far. And I thought, Kivior, come on, like Kivior up against Mbappe and Vinicius. So anyway, I what the fuck do I know? But remember the Mbappe links? Yeah, do I?
Kivior made a mistake very early on.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, but that's been said. Saka also made a mistake very early on, which Brazilian winger got it. God.
Vinicius Junior?
Yeah, Junior picked up the ball and I thought, oh, shit. And then when he crossed it, Saliba was there to guide the ball back to Raya.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember feeling like they were going to... There was a couple of times in the first half on the breakaway. And I did, like I said, I thought they were toying with us a little bit. And then they never really just clicked. It felt like they were playing well within themselves. And then they went through the whole game that way. Moss is saying, I wanted Patrick Kluivert for so long to come to Arsenal, hesitant to fall in love with Justin to Arsenal now. I think he doesn't fit the age profile. I don't think he's quite the level that Andrea Berta is going to be bringing. I don't know, though. It's going to be an interesting... See, I know we all have to think about who's coming in, and we're talking about a 300 million spend, and it could be exciting, but it's going to take a lot in this transfer window to excite us if we get knocked out of the semi-finals by PSG. Or do you know what I mean? This season has just been a damp squib. I like anyone who starts a comment with "good point, Dan" is always going to get read out, isn't it? I want a goal-hungry striker who's obsessed with putting the ball in the back of the net. I think of the ones we're talking about, that to me sounds like Jonathan David. That's what I see him. Don't listen to Bobby for one. He says JD runs too much. Never heard that as a negative about a striker before in my life. Don't really care if they run a lot. Gary Lineker, I watched Gary Lineker a lot. It's not about Teddy Sheringham. Same, he wasn't much of a runner. It's being in the right place at the right time, isn't it? JD. Okay, so JD is saying JD constantly causes turnovers for Lille opponents. He would have so many assists too if Lille players could finish. Fair. Party, Timber, and MLS were the standouts. I thought Raya was great too. Yeah. I mean, it's a night where we done good. Canada all-time top scorer. All right, okay. God, that was dismissive of me, but I think deliberately. That's Canada's top goal scorer. Oh, must get him. Rest players. Yep. Southern Gooner is such a lame. He subscribes to the channel, or he did anyway. I couldn't believe that. I saw that he subscribes to the channel. I quite like him for that. I don't know what he's doing on League Gunner's stream, but it wasn't him. It was the other guy. It was the other guy that was basically just every good thing that happened. It was like, this is what I said we should do. And it's like, all right, mate, make it about you somehow. All right. Not done. Real can score 3 in 10 minutes. We need to go out, be brave, solid, and graft the clean sheet. Yeah. I mean, Roy Keane saying it's over is just silly. It's just silly. I love this. Hey, I smell of weed. I wish I did. LG said we had no chance versus this Hala Madrid. Sad existence that he could never go to see Arsenal in London. What a loser. As someone was saying, are you going to go and watch it in Madrid? As if he's going anywhere near it. My basement may be Canadian legal. I gotta go. Weed. I just smell of weed. I think it's an age thing. A few times, Geeks live watched every Lille match and every Canada he has got. Accused of being JD's agent many times. I'm thinking it. Yeah. Hey Saskia, I respect your view. No issues, buddy. I know, Geeks, it's all good. It's a bad armory analysis. Cannot stand always saying Odegaard needs to be stripped of captain. I don't like saying that I'm something. I think, is it? I mean, it seems like a really bad time to be saying it because we had such a great game. He's a captain. He's so important to us when he's playing well. But Martin Odegaard has not been himself. Yeah, it just hasn't been. And I think at a certain point, I want to know why. I know he's had a kid. I know he's been injured, but he's on the ball a little bit too much. It's not quick enough. I just, yeah. If you associate with League Gunner and that faction, I group them all together as lame individuals. I do as well.
I still say Odegaard is still suffering from his ankle injury, and having one myself, I can concur with that. It takes ages to recover. Yeah,
maybe it is just that. But whatever the reason, he isn't. I mean, I'm not saying strip him of the captaincy. I think that's a really stupid thing to do. This is really interesting. Geeks saying here, I prefer Rice to be our captain personally. Controversial, but I feel he does need more. It's really interesting because Chris Sutton made this point on the weekend. He was saying he had a friend at Arsenal who told him that Declan Rice isn't in the leadership group. Jorginho, Martin Odegaard, Gabriel, and Saka are the leadership group, and Declan Rice isn't in it. And he was like, I can't believe that Declan Rice isn't in it. But then I can't either, because I think he's a natural captain and he speaks so well. But I don't really know what a leadership group is either. Like it's just like I don't know. I don't really like the idea of a leadership group. I like Tony Adams being our captain, and that's who our captain is. We might have a vice captain, but it's not a group. Strip him of captaincy. There are more players that fit the role better for me. Yeah, I think, Jose, I'm on the same page, honestly. But that's the question, isn't it, Zanzi? What do you reckon? Do you reckon that we just stick with him as captain, or is it? Can we start to explore someone else as captain? Would we have to move him on if we did?
Does being a captain mean as much as it used to?
Well, I think so. Yeah, because otherwise, why have one? I think it does. I like his. I do think he's mature. I do think the players look up to him. He's undoubtedly talented. This has not been a good season for him. But he's creative, he's visionary. I'd love to see him and Wanyeri both playing together. Obviously, I don't think that's going to fit the formation that Geeks and Moss and people have been talking about. I don't know. I don't know if I would have him on the right-hand side. I know he's left-footed and it makes sense on one level, but I don't think he's a 10. I think he's a left 8, and maybe that's what I'd like to see. But assuming that if captaincy, to answer your question, if captaincy doesn't mean anything, then strip him of captaincy. Like anyone could be captain. If it does, is it time to think about a new captain?
If ever we were going to get a new captain, there's probably second choice would be Rice.
No, he's not in the leadership group. I think Gabriel and
but my first choice would definitely be Gabriel.
Yeah, me too.
He's so dominant in the back.
He's got a little bit of that what you want from a captain, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I wonder why he's not captain. Geeks is saying, I feel Odegaard lacks confidence, looks to pass rather than shoot. Don't want to kick him. I like Gabriel for that role too. I feel the same. I feel like that's how I feel. I feel like I don't want to kick him. I love him. I'm a big Odegaard fan. So important to the ascendancy of this team. So important and obviously a good leader, and the players look up to him. And that's a decision. I don't know how they arrived at the leadership team and all of the stuff that goes on. I don't want to kick him when he's down, but I just feel as though when you're not at your best, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking myself into thinking leave him, but Declan Rice clearly hasn't impressed enough to be in that leadership group. But Gabriel, I think we can all agree, is a fabulous, fabulous captain.
Which is unusual about Rice because he was West Ham skipper, wasn't he?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. When he joined, I think he's captained England. Am I wrong? Hasn't he captained England? Maybe I'm wrong on that one. He just comes across really well. Listen, I mean, with Declan Rice's post-match interviews, by far the best post-match interviews, him and Saka. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I can see being great at that as well. But I think we're all kind of on the same page here. Moss is saying, and the way they perform, so he's saying like Gabriel, Saliba, Rice, Odegaard, Raya, Saka, and of course leaders and the way they handle their business and perform. Odegaard delivering the balls, players need to finish. This is my question. This is where I'm glad you said that. Is it that the players aren't moving into the right positions for Odegaard? So he always, even with Saka back on Tuesday night, they were still not quite in sync yet. Maybe when that comes back, he will be. But he makes the tempo for our team. We'll see next year. Zubi, great pass release coming. Yeah, I hope so. Good team
player. Again, Saka, he is probably playing at 60% yesterday, Tuesday.
Yeah. But then you say that, but those two balls across the area where you just think, oh God, if there'd been someone there.
Yeah, a striker.
He does terrorize teams, and it's so funny. Like, I've stepped right out of these stupid conversations. People, is he as good as Foden? Is he as good as Cole Palmer? I don't know. But next year they'll be saying, is he as good as this other guy that just popped out of nowhere? And at some point you have to go, he's in this conversation every single year, right? Oh, well, he's never scored in the Champions League. He has now. Oh, well, it's like, come on. He's at when England were playing in the Euros, this is a player that's so bloody good that you could go, oh, we might play him as left back or left wing or right wing or just anywhere, and he's going to play well, right? For us, he is more than a talisman. He is absolutely our star boy. And I'm not comparing him to Cole Palmer anymore. I'm not comparing him to Foden. They're all different players. I'm not saying who's better, but I will say this, and I've said it before, and I think we can all agree on this. You couldn't name a figure I would sell him for. You could, if you said £1 billion, I'd say, nope, you're all right. I'd rather have star boy. So end the conversation, really, isn't it? Is he the best? He's world class. Conversation over, as far as I'm concerned. He would get into I can think of very few teams that Saka doesn't get into, if any.
Yeah, they were comparing him with Rodrigo, weren't they?
Yeah, I would have Saka over Rodrigo.
Yeah,
There are some. Listen, don't get me wrong. There are some players that you have to, Lamine Yamal and Saka are, there. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, maybe that's the team that Saka doesn't get into, Barcelona. But I'm sure he'd get game time at Barcelona.
Can you imagine if you got Saka one side and Lamine Yamal the other side? Oh.
No, I think you'd have to play them. They're both right-sided, aren't they? I think.
Are they?
Yeah. Lamine Yamal's right-sided. So that's.
All right.
So I'm not saying you can't. I don't know. Listen, I'm sure Saka can play on the left. He was a left wing back. So
yeah.
I don't want to get into. I don't want to be pushed on whether I think Lamine Yamal is a sensation. He's already won the Euros. He is probably slightly above Saka, but Saka's ours. That's got to count for something, no? That's
Rice has captained England.
Oh yes, brilliant.
2024 against Belgium.
See what I mean? Like, he has captain. I mean, he comes across like a captain, and he is captain. Jose says it's no hate against him because he's obviously a great player, but the captain of Arsenal has a big role to fill. Yeah, I think we are very much on the same page. It's just tough when you make someone captain because you can't take it off them again. Chelsea reject Rice. Thanks, Chelsea. Don't listen to me. I wanted Kieran Tierney at one point. Gutted how it's gone from. Oh no, like that. Geeks, that's you and me both, mate. Like I was 100. Yeah, great. I was 100%. In fact, everybody who's everybody in this chat now will say Kieran Tierney was the obvious captain. The obvious captain. Short sleeves in the snow. Kieran Tierney. And listen, I think there's a moment yet. How funny would it be if he came on and scored in the Champions League final?
I can remember a game Arsenal played a couple of seasons ago before Tierney got injured. And it was one of these snowing, cold, miserable evening. I can't remember. It's 0-0, not much was happening. And then Tierney steps up and whacks in the blinder.
It was West Brom. It was in the snow, and he was playing in short sleeves. And post-match interview, and they were talking about him. If he turns up to training with a plastic bag, he just gets on with it. He's just he is the queen. It is a shame what's happened to him. Something that I think Arteta may regret because he does offer us something different. I don't know why he hasn't had more game time. He has started throwing him on in situations where we need to get past teams. I mean, he's kind of an Azat's winger for us. I like Kieran Tierney. I don't think he's our first choice left back, but I can't say I don't see a place for him in the squad. I think he's got the attitude and temperament, and you can't replace that easily.
I just love the fact that he was always bombing down that left wing.
Yeah, he does it consistently, and he's. I would say, look, who's crossing back? Martinelli's started to find. I mean, it was frustrating as well. Martinelli's couple of crosses on Tuesday night, and no one there for. And you can't really blame Marino for being out of position as a number 9 if he's not really a number 9. But with Kieran Tierney whipping the ball in from the left, it gives you a different prospect, doesn't it? I don't know. Obviously, he's leaving, and fair play to him, and I hope he enjoys it. He goes with our love, doesn't he? Kieran Tierney's been everything we wanted him to be. Saka back now. Odegaard looking back. He's looking back, but I still don't think he's there. Kieran Tierney and Alistair Johnson Celtic are stacked up full back. Mo has a fantastic engine. Can see a pass, but he's struggling. Martin Odegaard. Sorry, we need him to find a new level. Yeah. I think we're all we're all on the same page with Martin Odegaard. No one is saying a bad word about him, but is he the captain? I don't know.
Odegaard will come back in the next year, in next season, because his injury is going to be all right by then.
Okay, so that's a really strong theory, and I'm happy to go with that. The other thing that could happen, of course, is that we change the formation around a little bit, and it gives him a new lease of life. Noticeably a better player when you have Ben White and Saka playing with him. I don't think he's got the same connection with Urian Timber, although I will say I think Urian Timber is one of our best signings.
Yeah,
He is absolutely rock solid. I remember speaking to one Ajax fan when we signed him, said, yeah, he's got a mistake in him. I haven't seen that yet. Haven't seen that. I mean, no, he's been absolutely wonderful.
People are actually saying that if he hadn't been injured last season, we probably would have won the league.
Yeah, well, I mean, it comes down to, do you know what? If Gabriel had played against Fulham, we might have won the league. It's literally one goal changes it all our way, doesn't it? Norway need to make a major tournament. That's a good point. That's a really good point. That's one of the things that Martin Odegaard's not experienced. But then you say that, and actually you wonder if not having to play in a big tournament means he's more rested. It should do, shouldn't it?
Mm.
Well, I know he got injured, though. Captain of Norway. Captain Norway. I really like Martin Odegaard. I'm sensing we all really like Martin Odegaard, but do we just like Gabriel a little bit more? Can't change it. There's no point changing it now. He's a bit like a prefect, though, isn't he, Martin Odegaard? Do you know what I mean? Like he's a very preppy captain. This is going to sound silly now because I've just said I love him and he's brilliant. Martin Odegaard, so pleased we signed him, etc., etc. But Tony Adams is a sort of captain I like. He's a sort of bloke that if you were in a pub fight, you'd want Tony Adams, not Martin Odegaard. Do you know what I mean? If it gets on top, Martin Odegaard or Tony Adams. If you go through the list, Patrick Vieira or Martin Odegaard, you start going through it that way. Like Lee Dixon as captain. I always like Lee Dixon as captain because he's another one of them that looks like he'd get right up in your teeth, Gilberto Silva, deadly, we've had captains like Cesc, obviously, Silky and what have you, and we've had some shit captains as well. But if you're in a pub fight, Gabriel or Martin Odegaard, do you know what I mean? Like, who do you want? I know who it is for me. I honestly believe we'll see the rebirth of Kai next season. I love Kai Havertz. I totally I'm not flip flopping because since he's put the Arsenal shirt on, I've supported him. But I really like Kai Havertz. I saw him. He's played some really good games this season. He's playing for Germany, the flicks, the moves, that kind of. Yeah, I really like Kai Havertz, and I think maybe there's something we've got to figure out about these hamstring injuries. One thing that I'm leaning towards is that the modern hamstring tear operation leaves the hamstring stronger than it was even before the strain on it. So I'm wondering if we're doing these prophylactic hamstring operations to strengthen them like super soldiers. I don't understand how Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel are all having to have hamstring operations if it isn't to do with general wear and tear, load bearing, and if there isn't something wrong with the amount of football they're playing. But in terms of what Geeks is saying here, I honestly believe we'll see the rebirth of Kai next season. Kai plays off to number 9, will make our centre dangerous, along with a decent left winger and Saka with feasting next year. I really, really hope so. And I don't care much for these people who go, Man City lost. And do you know what? I remember Big Steve, who I really like as a Man City fan. He's one of the legacy City fans who's been there through thick and thin, But he was saying, we've had a shit season and you're only a few points ahead. Well, no, we're 10 points ahead of you now. And all these other teams going, Arsenal haven't won the league and Liverpool have. And I don't think Liverpool will be there or thereabouts next season. I think this Arne Slot is built on the strength and character of some of the key members of his team. And I hear that Virgil van Dijk's signing a new contract. I don't think Mo Salah will be the same as this season, next season, if he stays. They've got some rebuilding to do. And I don't think they're going to go and get Alexander Isak either. He has boyish features. They're nothing intimidating about Odegaard. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true, isn't it? Like Odegaard is a milk monitor of captains. Adams was the bouncer. Yeah. Adams are not. He's like, I want more players who would bite your ear off to win a game. So, mate. Gabriel is an animal. He's the real deal out there, 100%.
Could you, in maybe 5 or 6 years' time, providing he's still there, MLS as a captain?
No, 2 years' time. Maybe next season. Fuck it. He is. I've been saying this for 3 years, Zanzi. I've been saying, watching him in the youth teams, this is a captain. This is a captain. He doesn't mess about. Like, whenever it gets on top, he's straight in there. Look how he handled himself against Erling Haaland. He is so much what you're saying for the Rocastle thing. It's like, he's not scared of anyone. He's not scared of anyone. He's a really intelligent. The thing that I really like about Saka and Mars Lewis Skelly, probably Wanyeri as well, but I don't know this for a fact about him. They're really smart. They're not your run of the mill. These are straight A students, smart, intelligent. They've got good head on shoulders, good families. You know, I just love them. And yes, Miles Lewis Skelly is without question future captain, without any doubt whatsoever. I'll stake what little reputation I have on it.
You've obviously seen Lewis Skelly's mum, haven't you?
Yeah,
interviewed.
Brilliant. Yeah. There's if you go back to some of the documentaries, that she was I mean, she home and away. I mean, like, I love that. I just, when I was doing the thing of, you know, the top 10 players all come from poverty, there's 2 criteria I was analysing great players have in common. One is that they come from adversity, poverty, or you know, worse than poverty. The other is that they have strong familial ties. They have support, because you've got to have people around you to support you. You can't do anything by yourself. Miles Lewis Skelly has it. Bukayo Saka has it. They just have something beyond the norm. Intelligence, character. Declan Rice, character and charisma. I mean, how brilliant are his post-match interviews where they're going, where have those free kicks been? Well, they've been in my locker. I've had them in the locker. And then he's self-effacing. He goes, I have been hitting the wall and stuff. You know, it's not like, because he has had 13 free kick attempts. It's not like he, you know, when all these Ligue 1-esques are saying, you know, why hasn't he been taking free kicks? He goes, he has. He just hasn't been scoring them. That's part of it. Okay.
Did you see Saliba talking about it after?
Yeah. He's another one.
Yeah, he's great. He said, because they asked him about him taking free kicks in the training, and he said, I've never seen him do it yet.
Yeah. But then, do you know what I mean? Like, that first free kick that goes around the wall, I thought, right, that was special. And then the second one that goes, I mean, you know, when, you know, in your wildest dreams, the best one, like when you take a free kick and it hits the stanchion and it gets wedged in between the crossbar and the post. That's about as close to doing that as any ball I've ever seen. I mean, there was no clearance either side of it. It just, you need a step ladder to save it. It was just beautiful. I mean,
what do they call that little bit of the corner, the cobweb?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, and he did it on the second one.
I know, and it's hard to feel like it's possible because the first one was so elegant, curling it around the wall. I mean, the look on the faces of the Real Madrid Real Madrid players tells you everything. You've got like Mbappe going, you know, like it's brilliant. What a night! What an absolute classic.
Oh, did you also? Sorry, did you see after the match when they're all sort of shaking hands and Rice went up to Bellingham and Bellingham wouldn't shake his hand?
I can understand that. I can absolutely understand that. I mean, they're friends.
Yeah.
But I love Bellingham. I think he's a generational talent. I think he's a Ballon d'Or winning player. I think he's wonderful. I'm so glad he's an England player. I can't say enough good things about Jude Bellingham. Come to Arsenal, Jude. But one of the things I love most about him is that he's a win at all costs person, and I can imagine how he was taking that result on the night. And it won't be personal. You know, Jude will say something to him. Declan should understand. Anyone should understand that someone who takes their football as seriously as Jude Bellingham is not going to be in the mood to shake your hand afterwards. And he's young as well. So in the fullness of time, that'll dissipate. But yeah, I don't blame him at all. Maybe there is a dodgy seat at Sober supplied by Spurs fan hobbling our players' hamstrings. Yeah, maybe. It's like lasagna gate all over again. You want a Martin Keown or a Steve Bold every time, mate. Every time. Tony Adams, a legend. Absolutely. Don't let him drive you home, though. And hi, you do you see Jens Lehmann got pulled over? Apparently, he got pulled over in his car, and he was so drunk he was throwing up when they pulled him over. Like, no, Jens. Yeah. Taking
So why are they still playing for Arsenal?
No, this is recent. It's about 8 days ago.
Oh, wow.
I know. Maradona, poorest and best. Do you know what? I always love the discussion who's the best footballer. Obviously, now everyone under a certain age will tell you Messi's the best footballer of all time. Not for me. Not for me. It's always been and always will be Diego Maradona. I accept that might be because I'm the age I am. But I always say the same thing. You've all heard me say it now. If you don't think Diego Maradona is the best player the world has ever seen, explain how Argentina win the 1986 World Cup, because no one can name a single other player in that team. How did he go to Napoli and lift the Serie A? You know, like he is a one-man team, and there aren't many of them around. Messi is great, and he's unquestionably in the top 5 players of all time. But I mean, for me, it's Diego Maradona.
It's funny you said that. I think the only other player I can think of was someone called Kajina or something like that.
Yeah, Kanig, yes.
Yeah, because he had sort of long, straight hair.
I think he was in the 1986 squad. I think he was in the 1990 squad. Let me just have a look. Talk amongst yourselves. That's not talking.
Right, there we go then.
Right, here we go. Yeah, he wasn't in the 86 squad. He was in the 1990. Also, I mean, got to the final in 1990, lost out to Daniel Passarella, you could say. Hector Enrique, but these aren't great players, are they? Yeah. Yeah, 1986 World Cup. This is what it is. Diego Maradona is the only player you'd recognise there. Hector Enrique, you probably vaguely
remember the name, but it's something you've taken. Oh yeah,
he's just not done anything else. Is the point? Do you know what I mean? None of these players did anything else. Burachaga, you know, all right. Buru.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking about. Burachaga.
Yeah, so Daniel Passarella, Burachaga. I mean, Daniel Passarella. What else did he win as a player? Let me think. Not a bloody thing. Nothing. Primera División 7 times with River Plate. Well done. Yeah, look, I mean, so for me, that kind of answers that question. Pele, yeah. But the Pele team that everyone will remember is the 1970 World Cup. And there were a few good players in there.
Oh, that was a stunning side. That was.
Yeah, you know, so Jairzinho and those 2 free kicks will create a great debate for Arsenal's goal of the month competition. Yeah, I'm taking. That's a brilliant point. Shit, all right, go on. We've all got to do this. I've really got to hear which of those 2 free kicks is the better free kick? How do you decide? But the first one curls around the wall.
Yeah, but the second was so perfect.
Jose's put Caicedo's car was towed from training grounds over a suspended license. I was like Damien Duff. I can't remember which player was at Chelsea was talking about how stupid he was, and they said that he turned up with his car and he had the license plate was Duff 1, and he said to him, "That must have cost you a fortune." And he went, "No, it's 30 quid from Halfords." He said, you can't just go and get a license plate and write whatever you want on it. And he didn't know. So it's like just driving around for a month with a license plate.
Who's that?
Damien Duff, the Irish Chelsea player. I can't remember, he was at Blackburn first or something. But yeah, he was a brilliant player, but stupid, as thick as two short planks, apparently. Yeah, well, Jens was obviously telling Invincible and felt he couldn't make the drive home. Feeling. Burruchaga, the winning goal from Maradona. Kinegia, that's who you were talking about, 90 and 94. The 90 squad's not bad, actually, and the 78 side's not bad. But the 1986 World Cup winning Argentina, that's a pretty shit team.
Have you ever seen any YouTube videos of Maradona in training?
Yeah, all the time. I'm a huge Maradona fan. I love him. It's really weird because the 12-year-old me would probably be scowling at me now, because I remember sitting in the bedroom of my step-parents' house in Eastbourne watching the 1986, funnily enough, on a black and white television. And it later, some 10 years later, we discovered it wasn't a black and white telly. They just never put the colour up on it. my mum went round there and she was like, there's a thing here. There's like when you open the hatch, it's got like 3 different colours. Why have you just turned it on? And and she went, and they used to, the only program they ever used to watch was Emmerdale. And they used to watch it in black and white. They used to tune in. I don't know what time Emmerdale's on. It was like 7 o'clock or something. I used to sit down in bed, watch Emmerdale, then turn it off and go to sleep, right? And she found them the colour thing, and they went, oh, that's nice. Next time she came around, it was back to black and white. They're like, I don't really need it in colour. It's just one of them, innit? But yeah, so the 12-year-old me would hate me for saying that. I thought the injustice, Mano Diaz, how can you talk about the hand of God? How dare you? You know, like I was angry. I was Jez angry. But yeah.
Because you know they always do this thing about hitting the crossbar, don't they?
The crossbar challenge, yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's one where Maradona does it like three times on the trot.
Oh, you must have heard the Lineker story.
Oh, with him kicking the ball up in the air.
Yeah, like 13 times. He just well, my favorite part of that is in the dressing room juggling his socks. It's like Maradona is. I don't know. I think that everybody's on their own spiritual journey. I don't really get involved in religion and talking about it. I'm not really. I don't find any profit in discussing people's religious views. But I am going to say there are certain things which make you think this is the work of God. This is not like this human being and his ability. It would be like Jimi Hendrix on the guitar, or certain voices that are like lightning rods for divinity. But Maradona played football like a 5-year-old, but with the ability that, I don't know, he's bionic. I love the Ronaldinho and Maradona for the best touch. Maradona guided Ronaldinho and they were very good friends. And Romario was so good. But nothing like Ronaldinho or Maradona. I mean, those two. That's how I like football. I like football. This is why I like Vinicius Jr., because he's got a little trick or two in him. I like watching Real Madrid. I don't know where they were on Tuesday, but that wasn't what we'd expect from them. Maybe the crowd got to them. I don't know. But yeah, Ronaldinho or Maradona. I love Ronaldinho. He's in my top 5 every day of the week. Maradona for me, though. What a human being. What a brilliant. I mean, obviously a flawed character. I'm not trying to pretend that hanging around with a cocaine selling mafia of Naples is probably not something. He's not a choir boy. Well, he wasn't a choir boy. But if you've got one football match left in your life to watch, you want Maradona in it. You just Ronaldinho in it, Maradona in it, maybe Messi.
Pele.
Yeah, I never saw. I can't speak to Pele because I never saw. It's just not my era. I didn't see him. Growing up, I was told a lot about Pele, and Pele was the best. And obviously, that 1970 World Cup final is the most magical final. Yeah, just an absolute magician, like Moss is saying here. He could do anything with a ball. Football god and demon rolled into, one little magician. Win at all costs. Something about that Argentine spirit. You know, I think it's easy to forget the context of the Argentine World Cup, especially the game against us. It had only been 4 years since the war. The military dictatorships, you know, so much context, but what it meant to Argentina to win in the 86. George Best and Eusebio. George Best, another player I just didn't see, and Eusebio I didn't see, but certainly, yeah, 100%. These are the big names of world football, aren't they? Johan Cruyff for me. Beckenbauer, Cruyff. Love to put a best ever 11 together.
God, that would be difficult because someone will suddenly say, "Oh, what about so and so?" And you think, "Oh shit, I forgot about him."
Invariably, like, I mean, how do you fit Ronaldinho, Maradona, Messi, and Ronaldo all into? Do you know what? I don't think I would put Cristiano Ronaldo in my world 11. Obviously Tony Adams at the back.
You've got to have him there. Dave Seaman in goal.
I'm not even joking. Beckenbauer and Tony Adams. Get past them.
Shilton.
Don't know about Schultz.
That's Sabi did from Pele.
No, that was Banks, wasn't it?
Sorry, Gordon Banks. Yeah,
Banksy. Yeah. I don't know about Banks because it was before my time.
Yeah.
Peter Bonetti, my mate, always used to go on about how he was the cat and he was the best player, but he never got in the team because of Banksy.
Oh, fair. Oh, yeah. Don't talk about Mexico. Bloody 2-0 up against West Germany. Peter Bonetti comes on in the second half. We lose 3-2.
Yeah. He didn't play much after that, did he? No. Fair enough. How'd you get on today? Oh, not great. Honestly. Goalkeeper, I would, if I could only go for goalkeepers I know in my lifetime that I've thought were amazing, it might be Peter Schmeichel, Oliver Kahn, Manuel Neuer. You can see the kind of keeper I like, but I do like Peter Schmeichel. I thought he was outstanding. I would go for, probably out of those, I'd probably go for Oliver Kahn because he'd batter everyone, wouldn't he? Gordon Banks, I'd love to say Gordon Banks, but I mean, I've only ever seen Gordon Banks in highlights. I don't think I've ever seen a full, you know. I can't really comment on Gordon Banks. Obviously, he must have been pretty decent. He's the only goalkeeper who's ever won a World Cup for England.
He's a good keeper, though.
Yeah, it must have been. You know, England's famous for its keepers, and you know he's the only one who's won a World Cup. Van der Sar, thank you. Fucking hell, Jose. Do you know what? I was watching that I can't remember what game it was now. I was watching an old Man United game and going, it was the 2009 semi-final. Going, what is the name of that brilliant, the first best ever sweeper keeper? Best ever sweeper. Defined a new way of playing. I mean, actually, that's a really good shout, Van der Sar. Buffon, that's another really good. Oh, fucking hell. It's not easy, this, is it? Who are we going for as goalkeeper out of that lot? Dida, Casillas, Van der Sar. Out of those, I'd say Van der Sar. Schmeichel, yep. Buffon, yep.
But then there's another keeper who is in the 60s, he's Russian bloke. And it's
either
going to be Vats or something like that.
Yulin. He's the one that everyone talks about. Lenin, not Lenin, but
no.
Yeah, he's the one. He's the one that the goalkeeping award is named after.
Yeah,
Zenga, great shout. Loved Zenga. He's not the best though. He's not the best. Walter Zenga. What was it? Urine? Is it no urine? Shit, I'm back. Yes, Yashin. That's it. Thanks so much, Chris. Thank you. Pops up with the winning answer, Lev Yashin. That's it. That's Rene Higuita from Colombia. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's got to be the most fun save, you'd have to say, wouldn't you?
And it's amazing because whoever shot the ball or hit the ball didn't see it because he had turned around and thought, "Oh, stuff it." Yeah, he turned around, he walks away, and all of a sudden the crowd are cheering. You're thinking, "What happened?"
But I think also because it had been blown offside, I don't think it would have counted if he missed it. I think that's why he did it, but I might have misremembered that. Great game, wasn't it? Chilavert, no, not for me. I'm Zanzi. Who out of all the keepers we've talked about? Because I can't speak to Lev Yashin. I didn't see him play, but I know that he's considered to be the best goalkeeper of all time. So he's got to be half good, isn't he? But for me, I'm gonna say best goalkeeper I've ever seen. God, it's tough, this, isn't it? I don't know if I've got. Can I really say Schmeichel or Buffon? Probably edging towards Buffon. Manuel Neuer, though, for me. Van der Sar's another good one. Come on, Zanzi, put me out of my misery. Who are you saying?
I don't know, because but when you have someone who's a Soviet professional goalkeeper and he's supposed to be the greatest goalkeeper ever, which is Yashin.
Yeah, but I can't because I didn't see him. So it's got to be like it's got to be who you've seen, and I haven't seen Lev Yashin.
No, I can't remember him, but I'd have probably seen him play if he'd been playing for Russia. But out of the keepers I can remember back then, it's got to be Gordon Banks.
Yeah. So you have the advantage of having seen Gordon Banks. For me, it's really hard. I'd say my top 5 are Buffon, Neuer, Kahn, Schmeichel, and Van der Sar. Good luck picking one out of that. Frankly,
I was going to say more order though.
I've no idea. I'm not probably. I just that's such a fucking difficult one. Oliver Kahn in 5. Oh God, I can't do it.
I mean, out of that lot you just picked, I'll probably go for Buffon.
All right. Yeah, I'll settle on Buffon. We'll call it. Buffon is now the Adams Arms best ever keeper. We'll put a pub side together, right? And we can pick anyone in the world.
Yeah.
We're taking on the Nag's Head up the road, and we've got Gianluigi Buffon. Who's a Brazilian keeper who also scored because of pens and free kicks? I'd have to Google that. I don't know. Hang on a minute. Nope.
Rodrigo Seni.
Don't know him. Devon Normally.
He's playing for Sao Paulo. He scored 131 goals.
Bloody hell. Yeah, well, we won't need a goal scorer because we'll have people up front. Van Breukelen, Dutch keeper, best team ever assembled. No, not Van Breukelen for me. Hard to argue Banks, Yashin, and Schmeichel. Can't say Banks or Yashin because I didn't see him play. Schmeichel's up there. I just think, fucking hell, man. Van der Sar pretty much invented the sweeper keeper. He was the modern era. He was brilliant. Peter Schmeichel was just incredible. Just incredible saves, dominant. a real, like, you just wouldn't fancy being one-on-one against Peter Schmeichel, would you? But then he played at a time, I know a few of these played at a time where he could just come careening through you. Fair enough. Buffon, just for so many reasons. But see, like, it's hard for me because I'm always going to have a soft spot for Manuel Neuer. He's another one of those. I just think Manuel Neuer, for what he's won and what he's done and what he's achieved, taking over from Oli Kahn, and like, yeah, all right, I'm going. Who did we say? Buffon. All right, Buffon is in goal, but Neuer's on the bench, and we might do an.
No. I'll put Banks on the bench and give him a pair of gloves because he never used to wear gloves.
I can't have Banks in the team. Sorry, I don't. It's got to be people I've never saw him play. You know, like, you're the assistant manager in this team. I've got veto rights. I'm not having it. Right. Banks. I mean, what's he? Banks.
What's he ever won? World Cup.
Apart from the World Cup.
What's he ever won?
The World Cup. No, but apart from the World Cup. Yeah.
I can't.
League Cup. He won the League Cup, and he ran runner-up. Come on.
But he was playing for Stoke City, wasn't he?
Yeah, but and not on this one. He was playing for Leicester City when he won the League Cup. So yeah, all right. Well, then there's a point, isn't it? Buffon's won a bit more than that, hasn't he?
And who did Buffon play for?
Juventus.
A bit of a difference between Stoke, Leicester, and Juve,
No,
isn't it?
Buffon's fault that he was too good to play for Stoke. You know, like, I mean, sorry, I'm giving it to Buffon over Gordon Banks. Actually,
yeah, well, no, I agree with you, because if it's all people of your era, then Buffon.
No, and it's not just the people of my era. Let's be honest. You're saying Gordon Banks because he won the World Cup. Guess what? So did Buffon. So, like, they've both won the World Cup. Guys, get voting here. Your choice for the Adams Arms goalkeeper. Schmeichel was so intimidating. It's incredible. Hey, the Millet's here. League Cup 72. He was at Stoke when he won the League Cup. I love it. So, but no, he's not. It's not Gordon Banks.
The thing is, if we can't decide who's going in goal, then Dan's going in goal. And we don't want that.
No, Dan's not going in goal.
Yeah, hello, Buffon. Yeah, sorry, mate. We've got Dan in goal instead.
No, you haven't got Dan in goal instead. I can't play in goal. I'm playing up front with Ronaldinho. No. Fact.
Maradona says, "What the fuck? How come you're in attack and I'm not?"
No, Maradona's well up for it. Yeah. I've got some friends in Naples for him. Yeah. I'll sort him out a bag of yayo. Now, why do you think he drinks at the Adams Arms?
All right. I wonder what all that white powder was down in this cellar.
Don't follow him into the toilet, will you? Schmeichel won everything and won the Euro Cup with Denmark. That won't ever happen again. Schmeichel did not win the World Cup. Mr. Tom is here. Bloody good to see you. We are just talking about the world's best 11 Adams Arms pub team, and we have decided after a long discussion that we might only get the goalkeeper done tonight, but we have gone for the goalkeeper. We've gone for is John Lukic. Popular with both Leeds and Arsenal fans. No, we've gone for Buffon. Fucking, that took long enough to get Buffon, didn't it? And I'm still not sure, you know, because I still think Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer. I don't know, man. This is not easy. Manuel Neuer. On what basis have we picked Buffon? I don't know. Because I might change my mind. Fuck it. Can I change my mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer is our goalkeeper. I'm going to change my mind back. I can feel it. Guys, get involved in the vote. Manuel Neuer, Gianluigi Buffon, or John Lukic. I know where Tom's voting. Who was the best? Nigel Martin played for Leeds, didn't he? Who's the best ever Leeds goalkeeper?
Who's the one they got at the moment? Fumbelina, I think his name is.
Honest, I have no idea at the moment. I'm terribly out of touch with Leeds at the moment, I must admit. Although they are coming up. Aren't you coming up, Mr. Tom? Coming up. Better get party started. It's the time of night where Dan starts singing Pink. I'm coming out, so you better get party started. I'll clip that. No, I won't, because we've gone over 2 hours. Meslier, the keeper from Prison 11. What? Sprake, I guess, for Leeds.
Gary Sprague.
I don't remember Gary Sprake. Do I remember him?
Didn't he go to Man U as well?
Doesn't ring a bell with me. Yeah, no, that's why I said Nigel Martin. Best Leeds keeper is Martin. He was good. No German. No German. Why not? You know, Manuel Neuer is fucking amazing. End of conversation. It's Manuel Neuer.
Right,
it's Neuer, Buffon, Schmeichel, Van der Sar, or oh god, I don't know. Could it be David Seaman even? No, can't be David Seaman. Didn't win the World Cup.
We got Neuer in goal.
We have got Neuer in goal.
Buffon's the reserve keeper.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah.
Hello, Anders Kjellstrand. Great to see you. Hello, lads, and Mr. Tom. He threw
What formation are we playing?
Huh?
What formation are we playing?
WM.
Yeah. 4-4 fucking 2.
I don't know. I don't know. I tell you what, we're playing about 3 number 10s, aren't we?
I think we should just do 4-4-2. So then we need 2 strikers.
I'm not averse to that idea. I like the 2 strikers option.
Yeah.
But we have now to choose. So now we have to pick fucking left back.
Oh fuck!
Left back and right back's tough, man. Left back and right back, boring. Should we just not play any fullbacks? Can we just play 3 centre backs? Yeah. Chris, I knew someone was going to say it. Khan is not better than Neuer. That's not. You can't get that one past me, and I'm a Bayern fan. Nope. Khan is not better than Neuer. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. Khan did not win as much. Khan was bloody savage. Don't get me wrong. No, but when Khan is replaced and Neuer comes in, you think, oh, there's no, it's just not. It's not even a conversation. Sorry.
Right, I'm going to plump in for best left back ever, Paolo Maldini.
Yeah, of course, yeah, Paolo Maldini. That's good. Fucking great. I mean, if you haven't got to have a long conversation about left backs, Ashley Cole was a shout, but Chris has said left back is Ashley Cole. But come on, Paolo Maldini beats him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
David De Gea. Oh, stop it.
See, and Maldini, oh shit, all the stuff he's won, he's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 back.
Yeah, he's no Maldini. Maldini. The only thing about Maldini is you could call him a centre back. That was the only. That's the only. I mean, like Chris is saying, wasn't Maldini a centre back? Yes, he was, but he also played at left back. So
yeah.
And I can't think of a better one. I can't think of a better. No. Although you know, Moss has thrown in Roberto Carlos. No, do you know, I'm not giving you Roberto Carlos. I don't think he was that good a defender. Sorry. He's not Paolo Maldini anyway, was he? Fucking is. Just when you think it's easy, and it's going to take some convincing to change my mind from Maldini. He was just incredible. I mean, he's era defining. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. No. Destiny Udogie, obviously, could be. Andy Robertson. Nah, yeah.
Who's this for? Right back?
No, left back.
Left back. Oh, I thought we'd done that.
No, we have done it. I'm just being scrupulous. I'm just trying to make sure we don't rush into things. You know? I'm just checking in case we forget someone, you know, like just it's Paolo Maldini. Piss off it. Of course it's Paolo Maldini. Yes. Yes, we've made a good decision there.
Can I just add another maybe on the bench? Roberto Carlos.
No.
On the bench, though.
No, we don't know who we're going to need on the bench or how many players we've got on the bench. He's
possible.
Better off with Dennis Irwin. You've got more chance of getting Dennis Irwin on the bench.
Right.
I love how difficult it is to get in the Adams Arms first 11.
Can I just put in my first nomination for right back?
Hang on. Let me go through some of the comments. David De Gea. Stop it. Cafu.
Yeah.
What?
Cafu.
Is that who you were going to say?
Yep.
But right back. Yeah, no, fair fucks. He's an obvious choice, isn't he? He's an obvious, very attack-minded. We're quite an attacking team, innit? You pick the wrong keeper. It's obviously a no. Carlos. Yeah, people always say that Carlos took the best free kicks, but he had that one really good free kick. He didn't score many. It's a bit of a. He's built his reputation with great free kicks on very few actually going in.
He was at the match, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. It's incredible football, isn't it? Like the poetry of that, like him watching a. Well, Miss Molina said it on Tuesday. You know, it's a Roberto Carlos-esque free kick with Roberto Carlos in the stands to watch it. I love that. Loved it. So yeah, okay. Best right backs ever. Come on, let's have them.
I'm sticking with Cafu.
I think Stuart Pearce. Good. Because I'll tell you what. If we're not picking Stuart Pearce, you have to tell him. I'm not. If he's in it, I know he's had a heart attack recently, but nope, I wouldn't tell. Carl Walker, shut up. Who's thinking that nonsense?
Carl Walker.
No, it was just something that popped in my head. If I'm honest, I was going to say it out loud. I didn't realize I'd said it out loud. Rather, Zanetti.
Philip Lahm.
Oh well,
yeah, and I was also going to say Xavier Zanetti as well.
No, I'm giving it to Cafu. To be honest with you, he is the best. We've got Buffon in goal. Did I say Neuer or Buffon in goal?
Neuer.
Right, yeah, Neuer.
Buffon's on the bench.
He is just about for now. Right, centre backs. Thank God we got past the fullbacks in record time. Centre backs. Tony Adams. I'm not even joking. You seen a better centre back?
Beckenbauer.
Yeah, he's playing alongside Tony. Yeah.
Baresi.
No. Shut up.
Cannavaro.
Stop it. Cannavaro is not as good as Tony Adams.
Bobby Moore.
Oh, fuck. I didn't see Bobby Moore, but I feel like I should give it to...
Daniel Passarella.
No, not Passarella, no.
Marcel Desailly.
Fuck off. Desai is as good as Tony Adams.
Pablo Maldini again. But again, he's already at left back.
I'll have Maldini in too. All right, we'll play a 10. No, don't be silly. Beckenbauer, Baresi. So I can't have Beckenbauer and I can't have Bobby Moore because I didn't see him play. Right? So there's that.
Thiago Silva.
For me, it could be Baresi. Stan was always really good.
But I mean, I've got to go Beckenbauer on that. If you ever saw him play,
never saw him play.
Oh, okay, so he's out. So it's got to be Baresi or Cannavaro then, I think.
Danny, Chris Nick's put right back Danny Alves. What's going on with him? Not sure he should be added. I did think about Danny Alves, and he is very good, but nah. Cole, no. Jimmy Armfield. Why do I know that name?
English player from the past.
Oh, the past. It was a different place. Lee Gunner said Zinni for left back.
What about Vincent Company? No.
Baresi, Nesta, Adams, Cannavaro, Virgil van Dijk, Saliba, Beckenbauer. So Beckenbauer, not Koeman. I did think about Koeman. No, not Koeman. I think we have to get. If it has to be Tony Adams, no. Tony Adams is the best centre back of all time.
Oh,
no?
Who with though?
Nesta. Oh, sorry, Baresi. Baresi and Tony Adams.
Yep, I'll go with that.
Baresi and Tony Adams.
Golly.
It's got to be Tony Adams. Anyway, we're in the Adams arms, for fuck's sake.
That's
It's not the Baresi arms, is it?
Nope.
So, yeah, there is a German, sorry. And
it's not the Beckenbauer arms either.
No, it isn't. Lothar Matthäus isn't making this team, although he was a giant of a footballer. Buttoni and his brother Ravioli. Buttoni and his brother Ravioli. Okay, I'm out, especially with the Neuer selection. Yeah. Baresi and Adams would be a great combo. You're damn right. What are we doing? A 4-4-2, did you say?
Yeah.
So are we going to do a sort of Wenger-esque 2 defensive midfielders, or are we going to go for... Fuck it, let's do left wing. Is it time to do best left wing?
Yeah.
Best left wingers of all time. Well, that's not an easy one for me.
And I do not want to have Giggs in there.
Oh, shush. It was never going to be Giggs. It might be Ronaldo. We play Ronaldo on the left.
Rivellino.
Pires. John Barnes.
Raheem Sterling. Ronaldinho. Oh, yes.
Would you play him at left back then? Sorry, left wing.
Ronaldinho. Yeah, I just think he's a fucking brilliant player.
We could. So for me, is this too controversial? Could we think about playing Thierry Henry on the left wing? Because then that leaves us, we're going to need to find a place for the real Ronaldo up front.
This is the original Ronaldo, not the Cristiano one.
Not Cristiano, no. Oh.
Well, what about then for strikers? We have Henry and Ronaldo then.
Because you're playing a 4-4-2. So where do you see Diego Maradona playing now?
Oh, shit.
Or Pele?
Oh, God.
I mean, we are not playing Pele because I never saw him play. So
yeah,
but we are playing Diego Maradona. I'll kick the rest of them out. Diego Maradona's cost me a fortune to get here. Oh, the strings I had to pull, mate. No, Diego Maradona is playing. I think we might have to go 4-3-3. Guys, help us out here. 4-3-3 or 4? It's got to be 4-3-3. Actually, I don't know how that helps. It doesn't really help, does it? It's because 4-3-3 doesn't really help because I still don't know where to play Diego Maradona. I don't know
What
where to
about putting Maradona in the centre, left hand, right hand side?
what the right winger?
On the 4-3-3.
Oh yeah, if we're 4-3-3, yeah. Well, I can't put Cruyff in as much as I'd love to. I never saw him play. Vieira, I don't think makes this team. Sorry, he should do, but I just don't. I can't see. Maybe does Vieira? Because like there's so many good players, man. There's Brian Robson. Oh man, midfield's a beast, isn't it? Like the fuck are you doing with midfield? Because there's so many good players. So many good players. I mean Zidane. Where are we playing Zidane?
Yeah, and there's people like Pavel Nedved as well.
Yeah, Nedved on the left. I would think about Nedved on the left. Oh, this is just horrible now.
But then there's Ronaldinho. I mean, Ronaldinho is I just love it because of the fact he's playing football. He's always smiling all the time, and he's really happy.
Like, Ronaldinho's got to play. That's a given, right? It's not up for debate. There's no discussion about it. Ronaldinho has to play. So does Maradona.
And Henry.
Van Basten. Oh, don't make it harder on us. Javi's got to play, really. Oh, mate, Javi's got to play. It's not possible. It's not actually possible to do this. This is a stupid idea. I can't believe we started this.
I tell you what, we're going to have one cracking bench.
Yeah, mate, we're going to need a very long bench. Because I don't know how you fit in all the players that we have to play. I think Bergkamp.
Oh yeah.
I think Bergkamp, Maradona, Ronaldinho just doesn't go, does it? It just doesn't go. I mean, Henry or Bergkamp.
So who is that? Bergkamp, Ronaldinho, and Maradona. Yeah. You can imagine those as a front three. You think shit.
Yeah, but it doesn't work, does it?
I don't know.
Well, it doesn't. That's you. No, you need a striker. None of them are really a striker. Fuck, it doesn't work.
All right. But Maradona, what about having just as a front three though? Right.
Maradona, Henry, Ronaldinho, Bergkamp. I haven't even started yet. There's loads of players. Eric Cantona. Zidane. Fuck.
Oh, I thought we had a Romario. Did you ever see Romario play?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but I'm not putting him in the same category.
Why?
What? Romario in the same category as Henry, Ronaldinho, Bergkamp, Zidane, Maradona?
He scored 700 goals and he scored 100 goals for 3
They always do this for Brazilians. Oh my god. Romario, okay. He had his... Listen, I'm not saying he's shit. He played under Van Gaal, didn't he? Hang on, let me just bring this up now. No for me. Romario's a no.
Right.
I did see him play. I didn't always...
What about Gerd Muller?
Wasn't he the one that fell over like he'd been shot at the corner flag?
No, that's not his style, is it?
Oh, who was it then? Is it not Bebeto or Romario, wasn't it? It was a 94. I am just going to look this up now. Yeah, no, not Romario. I don't know why I'm looking. Ronaldinho, possibly. Cristiano Ronaldo's not in our team. Do you know who else isn't in our team? It's going to annoy some people. Garincha, I've seen documentaries. I like him a great deal. Socrates, I could say, because I did remember him. Ronaldinho, Rivaldo. If you need a striker, what about Marino? Too good, mate. We'd never get him. It's impossible. You're right. It is absolutely fucking impossible. I'm not putting Pele in. Van Basten is a shout. No, look. I've just gone right. So here's my problems, Andy, and this is where I think we're going to just. I think Moss is right. It's impossible. Maradona, Henry, Ronaldinho, Bergkamp, Zidane, and I haven't got Ronaldo in there. Ronaldo is playing up front, whatever happens. Ronaldo is the greatest striker of all time. Conversation over. Not in. Ronaldo up front, Maradona just off him. So we're playing a 4-4-2 again. Ronaldinho one side. We have one defensive midfielder. Maybe Xavi. Xavi with Zidane. Xavi, Zidane, Maradona, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. Could Ronaldinho play on the right? He could play anywhere, couldn't he? Ronaldinho and Thierry Henry. Done. All right, everyone. That's it. That's the pub team. We're in the Isthmian League. I don't know. That was Rivaldo. Oh, is that Rivaldo? Okay, yeah. Rivaldo at the corner flag. Yeah, dickhead. I think my brain's hurting now. I need to go to bed. But that has been fun. We'll revisit this next week. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll have other ideas. Guys, get your thinking caps on. At the moment, it's Xavi, Zidane. So at the moment, it's Manuel Neuer, Paolo Maldini, Baresi, Tony Adams, Cafu. What team? Xavi and Zidane with Ronaldinho and Henry, Maradona and Ronaldo. Quite a few good players on the bench there as well. Messi.
Lewandowski.
Oh, possibly. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, Lewandowski's definitely on the bench. Oh, what if I have to... Right.
Van Basten on the bench.
Do you know what? Van Basten, for me, probably doesn't make the bench.
Sorry, Marco.
Pele and Ronaldo up top. No, can't have Pele because I never saw him play. Maradona and Vieira midfield. No. Maradona's a 10. Got to play a 10.
What about Crouchy?
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck,
shit.
Perry Groves. Where do we put Perry Groves?
Stoichkov.
At number 1 is Hristo Stoichkov. I looked at. Yeah, no, not quite for me. Who's the other one? No, Haji. He's another one.
Is there Bergkamp in the side?
Yeah, no, fuck. No. Because we've gone for this pesky Maradona fella.
Who?
How do you not put Bergkamp in the side? I know it's ridiculous. Zidane and Xavi, Mateus. Loads of Mateus didn't make the side.
We'll have to rotate, won't we?
Yeah. Cruyff. I can't put Cruyff or Best because I didn't see him play. Henry. Mid. One World Cup at right mid. Oh, Henry at right mid. No.
Henry was always on the left, wasn't he?
Yeah,
in fact, Henry was anywhere he wanted to be, really.
Not midfield anyway, he's a forward. So we could make 2 all-time teams to play one another. That'd be really interesting.
Oh, God.
I wonder if there's a simulation where you can run that and just see who wins. Dream match, totally. Oh, you know, we should do that. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to look into that. Fantastic company you've all been again. Thank you, Zanzi, for joining me up here.
What's that football game that you said that you were playing? Football Manager?
Yeah.
Can you not?
No.
It doesn't do that thing where you can pick anyone from anywhere.
No, it doesn't do that.
No.
I'm sure there is one. I'll look into it. Rijkaard is a shout. Hullet, these are good shouts, but I just don't think. No, not for me.
No,
not for me. Klinsmann, he was a good striker. I was putting together the best ever. It was quite funny. I was putting together the best ever Tottenham team with one aim in mind, and that was to find out how many trophies they'd won after they left. It's not a bad team, actually. Hugo Lloris, Walker, Christian Ziege, Ledley King, Sol Campbell, Dembele, Ginola, Modric, Kane, Sheringham, and Bale. There's like 15 Champions Leagues between them. It's just... And Tottenham made one final. It's good. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me up here, Zanzi. Thank you to everyone who's been here. You have been absolutely brilliant tonight. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you for your company. We're doing it all over again on Tuesday and once on the weekend, as yet to be decided. Probably a watch along for the Arsenal game, I dare say. Hopefully you can all join me for that. I will post further details until I see you again.
Bye.
Be lucky and lots of love.
Be good. Can't be good. Be careful. Can't be careful.
Exactly. If you can't be good, be careful. If you can't be careful, be cheerful. Lots of love. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.